So today it's taking a look at Secret Wars, Black Symbiote, Spider-Man. And I keep saying I'm done with Spider-Man. I'm trying to be. But when I heard this one came on that Amazing Fantasy body, I was like, yeah, that's a lot better. And yeah, it makes a lot more sense. So I broke down and got it. Yeah, it's pretty funny since actually my first Spider-Man Classics one was the original Black Suit Spidey. I did eventually find the regular suit Spidey later. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a full circle thing. And you know, I do remember the black suit. It was something so different and so weird and so fun and unusual. Now, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for right now, let's just talk about this figure. It's a cool figure. It's a cool mold. And it's got the typical accessories, the wall-crawling hands, the flip hands, the vest. What you'd expect from a Spider-Man. Has a lenticular shield. I don't give a shit. I just don't care. I mean, I get it. Your flashback, but you know, doesn't appeal to me. But what does appeal to me is this costume. And I do have the previous one. It's a bit taller. I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. I'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I do like this better. Kind of fits Spider-Man as I viewed him at that time. And of course, this costume first came to us at Secret Wars. This is the costume that eventually evolves and becomes Venom. Oh no. And yeah, it's a strange story. It's weird, but you know, it did happen. Now, Spider-Man, I like Spider-Man. He's not my favorite character, but there are some figures of Spider-Man I kept wanting. This was one of them. There's a couple of others. So, and when they keep pumping out Spider-Mans left and right, you're kind of locked into an obligation. You just, even if you only mildly like the character, it seems like they do so many versions of him, you just have to. It's kind of like Iron Man, too. Trying not to fall into that trap anymore, because I think I've got enough variations of all the characters I could ever want. And I think maybe it's, you know, time to slow that down and not simply just grab a character because it's a character. Granted, I always felt that way about Spider-Man, but it was been a little harder because they're putting out really good ones, and then they put out another really good one. Which brings me to Maximum, which I need to talk about, but we'll get to that in a moment. I don't remember where I was first introduced to Spider-Man. I remember just knowing who Spider-Man was. I do remember Marvel Team Up because it was kind of reminding me of Marvel 2-in-1, which was my favorite comic as a kid. So that's part of it. And I do remember there was a Marvel 2-in-1 where Spider-Man teamed up with the Thing. So there was part of it. But I can't tell you the first time Spider-Man comic I read. I can't tell you the first time I saw Spider-Man. It just kind of seemed like he was always there. He's kind of like Superman and Batman. He just seemed to be there. So really the main reason I bought this, I just think it works well. That body use is perfect. And I did like the squinty head. It works for me. I dig it. So in that, we can talk now about the webs. Specifically, that these are bendy, and they're kind of fun actually. They're fun to make, and they're fun to use. As you can see, it just, whoops, wrong part to bend it at, but yeah, you can just bend it around. I've got a couple of these together, so in case you're wondering why that bent that way. And these are cool. I mean, this is just floral wire, and it's just tied together. And if you go around online, there's a ton of tutorials on how to do this. It is a piece of cake. And now that I've done it, it's like, one thing Hasbro keeps doing is making these web accessories, and honestly they kind of suck. They will bend, but they're not bendy, and they're just plastic. So for me, this is much better. I don't see why Hasbro can't do this. Literally spent $6 on over 100 of these. These are about 4 tied together of these bendy wires. And again, piece of cake. Just look it up. I mean, it's nothing. I had not seen this at all. This one went under my radar. I really never thought about webbing effects for Spider-Man until just one day watching on Hella Dope Toys. Ted had his, and it was just messing with them. I mean, I was like, oh wow, those look cool. And I even tried to put big loops in them to, like Ted did, you know, because I kind of like that idea. But yeah, it is a piece of cake to make these. These are literally my first 3, and I think they look really good. You know, some people may not agree. I don't know. I mean, you judge for yourself. I mean, but to me, that's a whole lot better than anything Hasbro's offering, and it's tons cheaper. Tons and tons cheaper, and there's no excuse that Hasbro can't give us something like this at this point. So, you know, do with what you will. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I mean, it is that damn easy. I have 0 skill, and I was a little intimidated about it, and I just started doing it, and boom, they look, I think, really good. You know, perfect? I don't know, but damn, they look a lot better than some of the things I see Hasbro doing. So, damn their splooge. Yeah, we don't need their splooge. Am I gonna... There's a thought in my brain about doing something more elaborate. I'm not sure if I'm gonna attempt it, but we'll see. And, you know, again, this is just some really cool Spider-Man effects. There you go. Alright. Really, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, I got a figure. I got some cool accessories with the figure. Yeah, he's looking awesome. So, what else is there to say? Thanks for watching. This was Spider-Man. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff. You guys take care.